Love music. Live sport. First Play Friday with Ricky Neal on Rock Sport Radio.
You're listening to Rock Sport Radio, and it's Ricky Neal right through until 1 o'clock in the morning. Just about to get my band in, the featured band tonight, and it's The Nose. They'll be on just after this brand new track from Morrissey, and this is My Love. I'd do anything for you on Rock Sport Radio.
Recognize and despise all the propaganda filtered down by the dead echelons, mainstream media. Hey, 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 you know me well, my love, I'd do anything for you. Society's hell, you need me just like I need you. Born to mourn and to yawn at the occupations that control every day of our lives. We can't live as we wish, live as we wish, live as we wish. Hey, hey, you know me well, my love, I'd do anything for you. society's hell. You need me just like I need you. We all go our own ways, separately in the same direction. And here am I, every night of my life, always missing someone. Oh, hey, hey. Oh, hey, hey. I'd like to be blotted out just before I become aware of the pain. The more I wish in my heart for someone, the less likely they come. Oh, hey, hey. Oh, hey. Oh, hey, hey. My love, I'd do anything for you. Oh, you know me well. My love, I'd do anything for you. Society's hell. You need me just like I need you.
You're listening to Rock Sport Radio, and that was a brand new track by Morrissey. Probably the first time it's been played in Scotland, actually. That was My Love, I'd Do Anything For You. You're listening to First Play Friday, and it's Ricky right through until 1 o'clock, and I'm joined by the excellent The Nows. If I said it right this time.
Yeah, absolutely. You can say The Nows, or you can say Noes, it's fine.
I know, it's a typical Scottish accent. When I seen it, I was like, is this The Nows, or is it Noise, or is it The Nows?
Yeah,
Noes?
It's really up to you.
But honestly, it was the first track that I played a couple of weeks ago was an amazing song. Who writes all your in fact, we'll not even talk about who's writing the songs. How did you actually get formed together? Because these are all kind of spread apart, aren't you?
Yeah, okay, so we actually initially formed by I tried to play with different people around the University of Edinburgh, because I started there about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And then I was playing with two friends of mine at the university, and we needed a drummer at the time, so we started to post ads online, Gumtree and all of those places.
Gumtree's amazing, by the way. Seen the amount of musicians that came together because of that.
It really is. So eventually Gianpaolo got in touch, and he joined the band, and from there he pushed his brother to join Andy.
Yeah.
And took it from there, I guess. Antonio, our bass player, we had some additions for our bass player, because at that point we felt like we were getting rather good at doing what we do, don't we?
Yes.
We felt like we were really communicating in terms of music and how we were playing. So we really wanted to get our last member to fit in that little band world, you know.
Excellent. So how long has the current band been together?
So we've been together for about 2 years, 2.5 years. Yeah,
it's been 2 years right now.
It's a very. You've sent me 3 tracks, and I've listened to them so many times, and every one of them is like completely different, which is quite hard for a band to do, isn't it? You know, it's not normally you can say that's that band, you know, that's Oasis. I personally think all Oasis songs sound the same.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
It's not a bad thing, you know. It's the same way like your old band, remember, like Status Quo. It's a guitar riff and everything, but your band is quite unique, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think all of us, we are a fan of bands like Oasis and all these different bands, but we wanted to have some of that space where we can play different genres within our own genre, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Some of these rock bands manage to have a certain amount of legroom where they can sort of experience with their sound. So we wanted that for our sound, really.
Excellent. The first song that we're going to be playing tonight is Built to Break.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a wee bit about Built to Break?
So that was actually the first song that was recorded on this EP. It was recorded in 2014, I think. Initially released on my SoundCloud account, and then we started playing it live together, and it started to sound a lot better. I think
that's how I spotted this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's our latest single, but the first written song.
Right. It's quite funny. A lot of the bands that have been on in the past, they always say they record songs like maybe back, as you say, back in 2014, 2015. But when you play them live, they change and they progress through the years.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, is that the same with you guys? Would you like to ever go back and say, you know, I want to record that again?
I think so. I think we've grown together in the last 2 years. So for our first concert, if you went to that compared to if you went to the Box last night,
right,
you would get a different experience. Perhaps a bit more rock and roll, I would say. But anyway, we're sort of growing, and that's a good thing.
How did you enjoy the Box then last night?
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
No hangovers today then? Is okay?
Actually.
Oh, they're not telling me that one. Anyway, this is Built to Break by The Nows. You're listening to Rock Sport Radio, and it's Ricky right through until 1 o'clock, and I'm joined by The Nows. That was a brilliant track, guys. Amazing track.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So,
indeed,
where do you do all your recording and producing and things like that with us? I mean, because it is a very unique sound. I've said a few times. Who does your recordings for you?
Yeah, so actually, with these songs, I wrote the songs for this EP first, but then we recorded all of them together as a band in Norway with our producer called Bjarne Stensli.
Right, well.
Which is a really good up and coming. Well, he's actually very established already, but we like that he'll make us up and coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's got a really good taste in music, and we share a lot of the same sort of musical influences, and that sort of affects his work as much as our work and my work. So yeah.
Did you actually try a few different producers until you found this guy, or did you just know this was a guy that you wanted to do it?
We did listen to some different producers' demos and work and so on, but yeah, he sort of was the obvious choice after a while.
Yeah, because it must be hard. Like, you being musicians, very talented. Although you're a drummer, Gian, I'm only kidding. Drummers are musicians. we used to always wind up our old drummer. But it must be really hard for you guys, because you know what you sound like and you've got it in your head about your sound. So to pass it over to a producer, how do you actually tell this guy, this is what I want it to sound like?
Yeah, I mean, for the songs, like I said, he was and still is very influenced by similar music that we're influenced by, and that includes all of the 80s stuff, Joy Division and the Smiths and all of that, but also the sort of post-punk revival, etc., etc. Yeah. All of that. So therefore, it made it fairly simple for us in that respect. And as far as drumming goes, I mean, he's the drummer as well, the producer originally. So I guess Gianpaolo can tell more about that.
Yeah, exactly. He actually helped me a lot when I was recording there to get the sound really tight and bright. Actually, it's really funny because first time I get there, I was really shy, and he was like, "You can play louder. Don't be shy."
I know what you mean, and it's funny because I've played with so many different drummers, and see, when you go into the recording studio, the drums are obviously one of the hardest things to actually get this sounding the way you want it to sound.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
The way you hit the snare, everything, so it is, it's a very difficult thing to get. So, I mean, what the guy's done is amazing.
And we wanted that Mancunian sound as well, that industrial sound to it. So we think he nailed it. And of course, Gianpaolo as well nailed it pretty well.
So do you think your confidence is built up now over the years when you've had help from that producer?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, when we listened to Hanging On the radio for the first time, we were sort of surprised, and that's much due to his work as well, our collaboration with him, making us sound as good. Cause
it's an amazing track, that Hanging On. It's so good. And you actually kept this bit secret that you've actually got a famous dad as well, haven't you?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier on. I mean, what's been great about having my father, who's in the industry, is that I've been able to meet a lot of my childhood heroes and people I look up to at an early age. For instance, Coldplay and some of the guys in Travis, and even Tom York of Radiohead and Colin Greenwood and all those guys who I look up to, and of course that's a big motivational.
So were you like every Christmas? Were you like getting a guitar and a keyboard for your Christmas and jumping about doing mini shows for your dad?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I just played for anyone who was there to listen. So I had guitar lessons when I was a kid, but I never really learned to play the piano from anyone else. I just started playing by myself, and that's
What age did you start, Gian? Like drumming?
Yeah, it was, as I said before, I finished my degree in drumming, and this unique college that we have in Rome is called St. Louis College of Music.
Wow.
And I have my commissioner. I've been there studying 7 years. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. That's how I got my degree, and that's why I built my sound and my technique, and
Yeah, he's a fantastic
Yeah.
drummer. I mean, if you see him live, he's really.
So can you read drum music and all that then?
Yeah, of course, I can read. Yeah.
That is such a talent. I remember seeing it was the guy must have been about 80 years old, and he was playing in a jazz band, and he had all this sheet music, and he wasn't even looking at his drums. He was just watching the sheet music.
Exactly.
And he was like going nuts. But it was amazing. It was so talented.
Exactly,
I think the drums is one of the hardest instruments to play.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Because I can't do more than one thing once, so God knows how drummers do it. Because he's going crazy. Oh, most drummers are a wee bit nuts as well. Are you? No.
No,
I'll answer that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Am I?
In a good way. Not really.
So the next song we've got on is Once. Is it yourself that writes the songs, Philippe, or is it a kind of collaboration?
Yeah, for this EP, I've written the songs, but obviously they make me sound.
Will help me to build up
Yeah.
the songs after that.
Yeah, so I've written and sort of composed these songs, but for the sound and to make it a great live sort of EP, they definitely lifted it, So the Once was actually a song that I remember writing the pre-chorus in France. So that's just one of those things you'll remember. You like all of a sudden when the music, the chords and the music just clicks. You remember that specific place you were sitting, and that was in France. So the pre-chorus was written in France. The rest, I think, was written here in Edinburgh. So that sort of no. I'm sorry, it was actually written back home in Norway.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it was recorded. I wrote it in different places. Ended up recording it with the band, and we're pretty happy with it.
Yeah, it's amazing how like a song can remind you of so many different things. It could be a memory, or it could be a person or a place, isn't it? It's like, but you do it all the time. So just like you said there, Once that's basically split into 3 different places there, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
is. It is. And I mean, I think for a lot of the songs, some of the best ones can be just all happening at once. But then there are some other ones that you'll pick up a year later, and then it just clicks.
Yeah. Are you quite open? So if you take a song to the guys and say, here's a song, are you quite open when the guys say, listen, why don't you change the chords and that bit? Or
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are definitely getting more and more. How should I put it? Tight
team.
and we are playing more and more of the whole band's music, to put it that way.
Yeah, because I know some musicians can be a bit kind of diva-ish and say, oh, this is my song and this is the way it's going to be and that's it.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think in any band you have those sort of small difficulties, but I think we've been pretty good at handling it this far.
Excellent.
And yeah.
Good. Okay, well, this is Once by The Nows.
Once you find out it's all there again, once it's a glimpse, lost when made turn through what is unknown, forgetting it all. Once it's a glimpse, explain to depart, to know how far it's gonna go, gonna go, gonna go. And if you don't know by now, I don't think you will understand it. Wasted between the lights, all and for nothing left home to come calling you, calling for nothing, blasted into your open arms. Going on like pressure growing young. So this way again, I was just waiting.
You're listening to First Play Friday, and it's Ricky right through until 1 o'clock. That was an amazing song by the Nows, and they just told me a very interesting bit of thing there about that song. That was actually recorded live.
Yeah, so actually for most of the song in that on that EP, and for that song too, we recorded all the instruments simultaneously. So we played it together as if it was a live situation. So as if we were playing live. Yeah.
It's an amazing sound, and there's not many bands that would do that nowadays.
Yeah, it was. I think we managed to tell people in our first interview, which was just an article, and we wanted sort of to stress how we are a proper live band, and that's what we want to be, and that's what we'll continue to be. So therefore, it's sort of an encouragement for people to come watch us play live as well.
Can I ask you, how many takes was it?
It wasn't actually too bad. I mean, maybe 107. No, I think for some of them, like once, for instance, I guess it was about like 4 takes.
That's really good.
So yeah,
I was just expecting you get right to the end of the track, and then somebody hits a big bum note. Then right, back to the start. Oh, it's an amazing song. Listen, you never actually. I was telling the listeners that you've got a famous dad. We never actually said who he was.
Yeah, why don't you do that, and I'll keep smiling.
It's Mags from a-ha, the keyboardist, that's right, yeah?
Yeah.
It's funny because a-ha, well, I'm, what age am I now?
Keyboardist and songwriter, yeah.
I'm 43 now, God. But that's still one of my most favourite videos. What do you call it? Take on me.
Take on me. I'm mixing my words up.
But it's an amazing video, and see, when you think about it, it must have been so hard to do something like that back then. And it's still quite modern even now, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if you got any ideas like that, please do share them. I mean, yeah, it was definitely, and you've seen that sort of impact as it happened. Of course, it's a bit different for us who sort of were born after the takeoff. But yeah, it's great.
Do you plan to bring out any videos?
Yeah, we actually do have a video. It's a lyrics video, so it's slightly different. But we will definitely have a proper video coming out soon. Yeah.
Do you know what I really like about the 80s? And I've said this to nearly every band that come on. I really like it because the video was actually like a story and something to do with the song.
Absolutely.
Whereas sometimes you just get a band and they're just there strumming their guitars and that's it. But you know, the songs and the videos in the 80s, do you think you could do something like that? You know, because your songs are quite emotional as well, aren't they? There's quite a lot of thought and everything put into them. Would you be quite heavily involved in actually producing the video as well, do you think?
Absolutely. I think I've written about 50 ideas for different videos on my phones, on my iPhone, just in notes, you know. So yeah, we have discussed that, and as soon as we find the right idea for it, I think we definitely are going to release that.
What song would you pick first for the video?
Well, I think that'll be personally. I mean, I guess "Hanging On" is a song that people would like to see a music video for at this point. But then we also have some unrecorded songs that I think could suit really well. Yeah, don't you?
Yeah, new material.
I think Pink Lemonade would be really good. Yeah.
It must be quite exciting when you've not actually recorded a song, but you guys know how good it sounds because you've practiced it so many times.
Yeah,
it must be exciting going into the recording studio. And then, do you plan to go back over to Norway to record the next EP?
Yeah, if our producer has time for it, definitely. You know, he's more busy than we are, so I think. We might try to get a producer to fix us with a few tracks here locally first, as we're just all in Edinburgh at this point. And yeah, get a few tracks out the way, and then perhaps come back to him and record a full EP.
So, if you're all quite settled in Edinburgh now, I know that the brother of yours, Jan, is also the bass player, is that right?
As the guitarist.
Oh, sorry, he's
yeah,
the
yeah,
guitarist.
yeah. No, it's all right.
Have you all settled in Edinburgh then, yeah?
yeah, we really like Edinburgh. We love Edinburgh, all the environmental people, situations, scenarios, everything.
Yeah. And are you saying you're drumming with a few bands as well?
Yeah, I'm playing in several bands, cover bands, and just started this year to play in function bands for weddings and
just to get some money in.
Exactly.
I used to play weddings as well. You know, sometimes you just need to do to get the money in. But what is your kind of dream? You know, where would you like to be?
Well, I would like to obviously make music for a living, and who knows, maybe with this guy here, because I really, obviously, my main project is this one here. It's the only project that I can express myself, my style, and I can bring also my other influences, as we mentioned it before.
Yeah,
and that's why we picked up or mentioned bands like Police earlier on as big influences, because Gianpaolo, of course, he can bring out that Mancunian sound for some of our tracks, but he's also he's a very flexible musician, and he's got influences from different landscapes. So he's one of those drummers that'll sort of stand out in a live setting, and so it's worth seeing us play live.
Oh, definitely. I know I'm gutted I actually missed it last night. I'll get you next time you're in Glasgow. Or I'll definitely even head over to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
So, the next song is going to be your last song, you know, for tonight.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of other things, you know. What kind of gigs have you got lined up? Have you got anything in the near future?
Yeah, we got Sneaky Pete on 31st of May, actually, as it was postponed. But then we also got a few in the works that'll be officially released fairly soon. I
Absolutely.
think. Yeah. So we have around 3 in the works that'll be in the next few months. And follow us on Facebook, and then you'll find that.
Excellent. So when do you actually plan to go back in the studio and like maybe even produce an album? Have you got enough tracks for an album?
We do.
Yeah?
I think we have.
We do.
We have about 25 unreleased songs at this point that we play live as well.
That's amazing. For such a young band to have 25 tracks that's pretty impressive. Guys.
Yeah, and we're really eager to record them and have them released as well, of course.
Really made an effort.
so yeah, that'll be good.
But it's hard work as well when you're still at university, aren't you, Philippe?
Yeah. Yes, I am. I'm doing my last year at university. And
you'll be glad when that's finished, eh?
Yeah, that'll be good. I mean, I've enjoyed studying as well, but time for a change.
Yeah. Then you can just concentrate on your music full time.
Yeah, I mean, we can do a lot at that point, and it's amazing too because we have truly developed, and at this point, I think we're pretty focused, all of us, on our specific sound and band. Yeah.
Well, Gian told me what his dream was. What's your dream, Philippe?
My dream? To be remembered.
For your music?
Yeah.
Excellent. Listen, guys, I really appreciate you coming on. I know you've travelled through from Edinburgh tonight. So this is your last song. So what's Hanging On all about then?
So I actually read a book about Jeff Buckley, and I really appreciated his idea that some of the lyrics most of the lyrics he released, he didn't want for the fans to see the exact lyrics. The idea behind that is to sort of let people make up their own thoughts about what the song actually is about, and I sort of follow his idea as far as that goes. So I think it's better for people to find out what it means for them. I definitely know what it means for me, but to sit here and sort of tell them my idea, whether it's a love song or it's a funeral song, I think it's better for people to sort of make up their own mind.
No, that's pretty amazing. That's a really good answer, well done for that one. But I totally agree with you, because every song can mean something different to every individual.
Yeah.
No, so that's a really good answer. I really like that. Right, so listen, I really appreciate you coming on, and keep in touch, and let's send over all your new tracks, and obviously you can check out on Facebook. You're not on Twitter, are you?
We're not on Twitter yet, unfortunately, but we'll get there.
You need to go on Twitter. That's where it's all happening.
Yeah.
Okay? Listen, really appreciate you coming on. Thanks. So that's the Nows, and this is Hanging On. Cheers, guys.
Thank you so much.
than what's next.
Like us on Facebook. Search for Rock Sport Radio.
Does he meet you in the backseat of his car? Does he tell you all the things I never could? It's been so long since I've been running after you, but I just can't get why everything you said to me that night. And I don't mind if they told, or if you found someone, or 'cause she was 21, but it's over now. And I don't mind if they told, or if you found someone, or 'cause she was 21, but it's over now. Does he take you to the places where we've been? Does he make you feel the way I never did? It's been so long since you've been running back to me, but I just get away. Forget everything you said to me that night. And I don't mind if they told, or if you found someone, or 'cause she was 21, but it's over now. And I don't mind if they told, or if you found someone, or 'cause she was 21, but it's over now.
You're listening to Rock Sport Radio, and it's Ricky Neal right through until 1 o'clock First Play Friday. That was another brilliant song by Black Dove. This next band, Bullets and Arrows, this is a cracking name for a song. A Weekend Girlfriend. Imagine you had a weekend girlfriend. Oof, I don't know what my wife would say about that one.
Oh, take my heart, oh, take my soul, oh, girl, take me anywhere you wanna go. I think you're all I wanna know. You'll grab my hand, you'll pull me fast, you'll tell me that we're gonna make it last. Your misdemeanors in the past. Come here, I need you on my bed with all your clothes off. Frustrate me, vacate me, I can't wait until the next time comes. Woo! Your misty eyes, weekend surprise. Pay me what I need to be subsidized. Read through our texts, so you're advised. Come here, I need you on my bed with all your clothes off. Frustrate me, vacate me, I can't wait till the next time. Come here, I need you on my bed with all your clothes off. Frustrate me, vacate me, I can't wait till the next time comes. Come here, I need you on my bed with all your clothes off. Frustrate me, vacate me, I can't wait till the next time. Come here, I need you on my bed with all your clothes off. Frustrate me, vacate me, I can't wait till the next time comes.
You're listening to First Play Friday. That was Bullets and Arrows and Weekend Girlfriend. Remember, if you want to listen to any of our podcasts, all you need to do is go to Rock Sport Radio, click on the podcast section, and there's loads there. There's things like Talking Football, Just the Juniors, and also Let's Hear It for the Girls. Loads of good podcasts. So the next band have been on a few times. They were my featured band a couple of weeks ago. This is Weekend Messiah and the Vagabonds.
Constellation in your eyes is an invitation to the skies. On the lips of lions that you have told. So keep me close and take me away. It's a known code.
so bright in the summer sun. You weren't the only one who burned so bright in the summer sun. Oh, I'm a young man, no man, don't know, I don't understand. I'm making a phony, I can pretend. You were the only one. You were the only one. You were the only one.
You're listening to Rocksport Radio across Central Scotland on DAB Digital Radio. Now remember, you can also listen to us on the website. It's rocksportradio.co.uk, and also on via various podcast apps, like, not podcast apps, what am I talking about? You can listen to us on things like TuneIn, etc. on your mobile and tablet. The Vagabonds, they actually produce and record all of their own music, and it's amazing because they're very young boys, very young. They're playing in King Tut's on the 10th of March, so you should go and check them out. Next band, this band, they've got about 60 songs already. This is the Caplins. This is a brand new song, and it's You Think.
Gimme, you said you have the know-how. Talk about how you have got it made. Stand and talk all day like in a powwow. Then you hit me with all your mistakes. Come to me with this and that, you're wrong now. Try to show me how it goes, oh yeah. Try to sell me useless shit, your show's out. Try your missing vapors, tricks, oh yeah. When you think you're stalling, who cares, your face is falling. You'll never get me crawling. Who cares, your face is falling. Next day you're on the phone, no slow down. Pretending not to know what you've done wrong. Could you maybe let me set it right now? Thinking thought and actions all day long. And when you think you're stalling, who cares, your face is falling. You'll never get me crawling. Who cares, your face is falling. When you think you're stalling, who cares, your face is falling. You'll never get me crawling. Who cares, your face is falling. Gimme, you say you have the know-how. Talk about how you have got it made. Stand and talk all day like in a powwow. Then you hit me with all your mistakes. When you think you're stalling, who cares, your face is falling.
You're listening to Rock Sport Radio, and that was the Caplins. You Think, another great track from those guys. I've been playing them nearly every single show. That's been about 8 weeks, so keep the songs coming. You'll need to let us, give us a wee update on where you're playing. So Caplins, get in touch and let us know where you're playing. Now remember, if you want to be part of this, all you need to do is send in a few of your tracks, a little bio about yourself to ricky@rocksportradio.co.uk, or you can also get me on Twitter. It's rocksportdab, and search for us on things like Facebook and Instagram. It's just Rock Sport Radio.
Love music, live sport. First Play Friday with Ricky Neal on Rock Sport Radio.